Katika.
So this is my front cover of the magazine I made. I was inspired by many fashion magazines such as Elle, Vogue, and Bazaar. I took photos of a close friend of mine who fits the conventions of models that are chosen by these fashion magazines. We took these photos in an exotic location in Qatar. I studied magazines beforehand, mainly Vogue as the most popular and I'm a loyal reader of it. The photograph I chose was a clear photo of her behind an organic bush, and you can see her clothing and all the jewelry she wears clearly. The title of my magazine is Alpani, which is my last name, and is also a very popular, prestigious name in Qatar. So these are examples of front covers of magazines, Glamour, Bazaar, and Vogue, which are very popular in America and Western society in general. I followed many conventions of theirs using an attractive, young, white female who is Western. She could easily be mistaken for any of the models here, even though she is not a model. I also followed the magazine's layouts using a serif font, and I also organized all the wording and around her, trying not to cover her face or body. It's very organized and minimalistic, and I made her look powerful by putting her in front of the masthead and title, which a lot of these magazines do, especially Vogue, because they don't want to take the attention away from the model. She's supposed to look very strong and bold, almost as if a force to be reckoned with and a feminist icon, which women are expected to be. And I also use a serif font, which all magazines usually use, fashion magazines usually use, as it's very sophisticated and it's not plain, it's very bold also, but also sophisticated at the same time. My color scheme consisted of pink, green, and blue. These are the main colors seen in the images. We went to a place where it's very organic, and these colors are very exotic at the same time. The clothing I chose had these colors, and that's the reason I chose it. In the front cover, she's wearing a dress that beautifully interconnects these three colors in not such an exotic way, but also exotic, but at the same time very sophisticated and understated at the same time. And I broke a convention by using these colors because most fashion magazines use black and white as it's very sophisticated and an endless color scheme. So by doing that, I did break convention slightly. So I dressed her in stylish designer clothing. The dress here is Oscar de la Renta and it's couture. The dress there is Oscar de la Renta too, and it was also a custom dress. And then the jacket is Balenciaga. She wears a unique Chopard watch, and she wears jewels from all over the world, and they are quite expensive. And fashion magazines do use these type of clothing and items. This also fits the convention of women being affluent. It is expected that women are rich and affluent, and they are expected to be glamorous and dazzled in luxuries, which is an expectation set by these magazines in Western society. It is supposed to be the ideal woman. You know, she's supposed to be beautiful, thin, glamorous, and a lot of people see issues with these as it sets an expectation that isn't very reachable for young women. And young women are the readers of these magazines, and there are many issues that arise when magazines use people like this and dress them like this. The photo shoot was actually done in an exotic place in Qatar. It's very organic. It's a private garden, and there's a private lagoon, there's a private beach there. And a lot of affluent people live in this area due to such taking care of organic areas, and they're very conserved, and there's limited access to people here. So the issues that arise due to models like these being represented and portrayed the way that they are is that many young readers and the audience of these magazines who are young and teenage women mainly, is that they feel that they have to look like this and be like this, which is not the case. They feel that they have to reach these expectations that are set for them, and a lot of issues are that they develop life-risking eating disorders and an attempt to become slim and look like this, which isn't okay and isn't natural. They also become depressed when they don't look like this and they can't become like this. And they never really are satisfied because each day a new model is found and she has something that no others have, and that's why they look up to her and they want to attempt to look like this. They go get plastic surgery, they go on horrible diets, and which are very unhealthy and dangerous, and they become depressed because no one naturally looks like that. It's all kind of portrayal done by the magazine strategically. And by using a model that I did, I'm also setting this example, and it is a convention used by these magazines.